Fermez la bouche.
Latin?
Fermez la bouche is French. Shut your
the other
mouth.
one.
Spanish. Good evening. We'll start, and let's see, early birds. And we have a special treat for you tonight, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to hold off. No, we have a guest, nun. Well, our sister has come home. That's the theme of tonight. Our dear sister has come home. After what, 30 years?
Let's not count.
You're not counting.
Let's not count.
Let's not count. Count to change. Keep an eye on the time.
As in, I don't remember.
4, 3, 2, 1. Good evening. This is the Tibet Center, Kunchab Tarduling, a Buddhist meditation and study center located in New York City and northern New Jersey, under the overall direction of Chobje Ling Rinpoche, His Eminence Chobje Ling Rinpoche, and also under the direct direction of Khenpo Thupten Lunda, Rato Khenpo Thupten Lunda, aka Nikki Vreeland. So this is our twice weekly presentation of the Buddha Dharma, specifically Stages on the Path to Enlightenment of Lama Tsong-kha-pa. If there's problems with the picture, the sound, etc., immediately text me or Mr. Smith. If there's anyone for whom you wish us to pray for, please put their names in the chat box. I see if no one's here. Oh, yes, Bill Kamen has arrived. He's awake. Good. Remember, I don't see all the names, etc. So tonight's special guest will be at least the first part of the class. We'll see how long she could last under the glare of the lights. Venerable Tenzin Karuna. We'll speak more when it's time to interview. We'll start with the normal prayers. Prayer for the spreading of the teachings throughout the length and breadth of the West. All the prayers are on the Tibet Center website. In the FAQ section, scroll down to prayers. By the force of the blessings of the non-fallacious three precious gems and of the truth of our pure selfless wishes, may the precious Buddhist teachings flourish and spread to the expanse of all areas throughout the length and breadth of the West. For all the people living here together with their near ones who have engaged in the teachings and have faith and respect for them. May all conditions adverse to their practice of the pure Dharma be dispelled, and an excellent collection of favorable conditions increase like the waxing moon. And especially for those who work on methods to accomplish the flourishing and spreading of the victorious one's teachings, which are the source of benefit and happiness, may they never be oppressed by masses of interference and adverse conditions, and may this spontaneously happen just as we have hoped and wished. The Heart Sutra. Thus have I heard once. The Blessed One is dwelling in the royal domain of the Vulture Peak Mountain together with a big gathering of great monks and great bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One entered the samadhi which examines the dharmas called profound illumination, and at the same time noble Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, mahasattva, looking at the profound practice of transcendent knowledge, saw the five skandhas in their natural emptiness. Then, through the inspiration of the Buddha, Venerable Shariputra said to Avalokiteshvara, how should those noble ones learn who wish to follow the profound practice of transcendent knowledge? And Avalokiteshvara answered, Venerable Shariputra, whoever wishes to follow the profound practice of transcendent knowledge should look at it like this, seeing the five skandhas in their natural emptiness. Form is empty, emptiness itself is form, emptiness is not separate from form, form is not separate from emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discriminating, awareness, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Thus all the dharmas are empty, have no characteristics. They are unborn and unceasing, they are not impure or pure, they neither decrease nor increase. Therefore, since there is emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no discriminating awareness, no compositional factors, no consciousness. No eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no appearance, no sound, no smell, no taste, no sensation, no objects of mind, no quality of sight, no quality of hearing, no quality of smelling, no quality of tasting, no quality of sensing, no quality of thought, no quality of mind consciousness. There are no nidanas from ignorance to old age and death, nor their wearing out. There is no suffering, no cause of suffering, no ending of suffering, and no path, no wisdom, no attainment, no non-attainment. Therefore, since there is no attainment, the bodhisattvas abide by means of transcendent knowledge, and since there is no obscurity of mind, they have no fear. They transcend falsity and pass beyond the bounds of sorrow. All the Buddhas who dwell in the past, present, and future by means of transcendent knowledge, fully and clearly awaken to unsurpassed, true, complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of transcendent knowledge, the mantra of deep insight, the unsurpassed mantra, the unequaled mantra, the mantra which calms all suffering should be known as truth, for there is no deception. In transcendent knowledge, the mantra is proclaimed, Tayat Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisoha. O Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, mahasattva, should learn profound, transcendent knowledge. Then the Blessed One arose from that samadhi and praised the bodhisattva, mahasattva Avalokiteshvara, saying, Good, good, O son of noble family, profound, transcendent knowledge should be practiced just as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, Shariputra and Avalokiteshvara, that whole gathering in the world with its gods, humans, Asuras, and Gandharvas, their hearts full of joy, praised the words of the Blessed One. And now refuge and bodhisattva vow, which we recite 3 times as usual. With the wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach full enlightenment. Enthused by wisdom and compassion today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind for full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain and dispel the miseries of the world. With the wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach full enlightenment. Enthused by wisdom and compassion today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind for full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain and dispel the miseries of the world. With the wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach full enlightenment. Enthused by wisdom and compassion today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind for full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain and dispel the miseries of the world. May all the pains of living creatures ripen solely upon myself, and through the might of the Bodhisattva Sangha, may all beings experience happiness. May the teachings, which are the sole medicine for suffering and the origin of every joy, be materially supported and honored and abide for a very long time. I prostrate to Manjagosha, through whose kindness wholesome minds ensue, and I prostrate to my spiritual masters, through whose kindness I develop. As a cause for the swift return of Rato Chungla Rinpoche to our sphere of perception, His Holiness recommends we say this prayer that he wrote called Prayer for a Swift Return, on the website, of course. Where else? Exalted wisdom of all victors gathered in a drop, sole refuge manifest in the form of the one wearing saffron robes, Guru Lozang Tubuang, Dorje Chang, please bear witness here today that our prayers may be fulfilled. We beseech the great torch of doctrine, accomplishing from long ago the vast waves of aspirational prayers, Lord of speech of the Victor Lozang's teachings, spreading them to the ends of the earth by means of explanation and practice. Though holding the commitment, I will invite all beings to be my guests in unsurpassed great awakening. Yet you have withdrawn the activities of the form body that serves the welfare of others. Is that worthy of the supreme among beings, the bodhisattvas? Though impossible for you till cyclic existence's end to abandon your commitment to liberate all beings, we beseech the new son of Nirmanakaya to swiftly return from the realm of Dharmakaya, brought forth by bodhicitta, drawn by 7 steeds. Having reached the far limits of scholarship, religious life, and goodness, please come swiftly as an unrivaled supreme emanation, full holder of the sage's teachings, and wish-fulfilling jewel, return as the glory of Losang Tenpe. Magnificent truth of the 3 precious jewels, Mahakala, Karmayam, and Srimata Devi, and the ocean of Dharma protectors, may you spontaneously fulfill our wish, the swift blossoming of the reincarnation's fresh moonlight face. So, before I start tearing up, someone I know for at least 30 years, I'm not even 30 years old, her name is Jackie Healy. Before she became a nun, her name is now Venerable Tenzin Karuna. Jackie, what should we call you? Jackie. Anyway, I'm going to move over so Jackie could sit in the prom, and we're going to be asking her questions. She's homegrown Tibet Center from many years ago, and I'm so happy to see her. Here, you sit here.
Oh, here.
Nuns have to sit there. That's the rule. Didn't you see the sign, nuns only? Hey, these people, they don't read. Buddy, please do not add action to the...
Oh, we should, maybe she should be interviewed.
Yeah, it's a he.
Sorry.
It's a he. That's why his name is Buddy. Ay, ay, ay. Here, this is the cat that's causing all the trouble in case you think I'm nuts, which I know that. Okay, we're both on the screen a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So, Venerable, welcome to your home.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming here.
Yeah, thank you very
Thank
much.
you for taking the robes.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for thinking of us.
Thank you.
So I'm going to go over some questions to get you used to being
Yeah,
on the
I'm-
spotlight here. You know,
Okay.
it goes worldwide, global. It goes
much
global.
appreciated.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure. Anyway, we'll start. I have them written out so we don't go. Tell us more. Who was
Oh.
your first teacher? Who got you interested in the Dharma,
uh,
and where?
here, well, not
Here.
here in New Jersey, but Tsong-kha-pa Rinpoche. I started at the Tibet Center when it was in Lower Broadway. Sorry, I'm not used to talking.
This is conversation. You know, you
I'm
could
a
even
bit
use foul
nervous.
language. We don't care. It's against your vows. So
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so I
With Broadway, Franklin, the loft building.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I attended for quite some time. I was doing, oh yeah, that's right. We have a picture for evidence, but I don't know if you guys can see it.
Put it way up
Yeah,
front. There you go.
there I
And
am.
Jackie, move it this way.
There,
It's counter.
okay.
That's you.
There,
Wait,
yeah,
wait,
right
finger.
there.
So that was taken after '91 because the Mandala House was up. That's the Kala Chakra Mandala House.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I was in the middle of doing a survey of religions because I was, in my late 20s and in, angst of life and everything. So I I tried Taoism and Zen and everything. And I finally went to the Tibet Center and, of course, Chungla Rinpoche. Just as first class, I never stopped going. I even brought my parents once, which was something that you don't do when you're in your 20s.
That's when they disowned you, right? No.
But then I actually, it's funny now. I look back and I always remember things that Chungla Rinpoche said, and like a few things come to mind all the time. And one was
Excuse me.
how to listen to the Dharma, about the different types of vessels. And you shouldn't be an upside down vessel, as in not listen to the teachings, and you shouldn't be a dirty vessel or a vessel with a leaky hole. So I always remember that, and I also always remember his teachings on the snake and rope analogy for emptiness, and also for lightening up your life. And there's one other thing I also remember, but I'll mention that later.
The snake and rope.
Yeah, no, it was very good.
I got bit by a coil of rope once, thinking it was just rope, but it wasn't. No, never mind.
I later heard that just thinking about that analogy brings great benefits, so I had been thinking about that. Sorry, so I remember quite a few things. But at the time, that's right, at the time, I was actually kind of more like a dirty pot. My mental house wasn't completely in order. And so I had, after initiation, I kind of, I wouldn't say lost it, but I guess that would be a good word. And so it was something I had to go through, but I ended up leaving Buddhism because I blamed Buddhism for that. And I tried my luck in samsara. So I had studied mathematics in college, and so I had a good job in finance, and I had a car and bought a nice house and did all those cute things, had little cute cats and stuff, and did this for quite a long time until like about 5 years ago now. It obviously wasn't working.
You anticipate questions. Go ahead. Just free form.
I
You're
wasn't
picking it up
working,
right away.
so I was in upstate New York at this time, in Garrison, New York. So the closest center on weekends was a place in Connecticut, and it was actually, coincidentally, I didn't realize it was also Galupa, and run by Lobsang Jampa, called DNKL in Reading, Connecticut.
Wonderful teacher.
Yeah, very good. And although he has moved to the West Coast, so I studied under Geshe Darje, who's also very good. And so I went there, and it was felt like coming home. It was so nice. I suddenly felt so good, and it made me think that I had left Buddhism to like get my mental house in order, and then I came back like full force, wanting to like know everything, and so I started reading furiously, and went to all the classes and meditated and studied and put all my effort into it, and so it started to show quickly, my progress. My parents noticed it, and my coworkers definitely noticed it.
Oh, you maintained the job through all this time?
Yeah. Oh,
Really?
yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I worked at a hedge fund right before
Oh,
I
my
came
God.
here. So I had a very stressful job.
That are
Um,
two opposites, hedge fund and robe.
we do.
But the Dharma is the Dharma.
I mean, but I had a nice boss, so and I used to practice generosity and walk around and give people grapes, and they all thought that was really cute. So, yeah, no, so I actually did make an impact there, and um, in terms of kindness, because you get a lot of these
Yeah.
places in finance, and people aren't really nice to each other. It's a lot of
I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
this company it was good. The company before that wasn't so good. But so it was. I think people really enjoyed having someone who was positive. I always was or tried to be positive, but the Dharma made me more so, and so I think people really enjoyed that. Um, and so I started to go there, and then I enjoyed it so much that I moved closer. I sold my house and moved, like you guys moved here to New Jersey to be with Rinpoche.
Right.
I moved to Connecticut to be closer to the center.
So you moved to Oh, I see.
Yeah, and this was around the beginning of COVID, and then
Oh,
yeah, and then
smart move.
yeah, yeah, it went really well. I
Yeah,
was happy. It was nice to lose the house because I don't want to say this to homeowners, but there's a bit of stress involved in home ownership,
Oh,
which you then
Oh,
it's
yes.
kind of like the suffering of change. It's like I lost my house and suddenly things lightened up, but then I realized it was just because of that and nothing, Um, but it was very good. I'm glad I had the house and I learned a lot from it. But it was nice to become a renter after that and during COVID, and then I kind of wanted more from my studies, and
Yeah, that's
so
what I was going to ask you.
yeah.
What
Oh, sorry,
mindset?
I'm
No,
talking
no,
the
just
whole
talk. That's
time.
better. It's better than me in my mouth. People are sick of my mouth, and I am too. No, please continue.
And then I wanted to put more into the Dharma, so I heard about a nunnery in Dharamsala
Oh,
called Thosmaling for Western nuns, and so I wasn't a nun at this point, but I was leaning towards that. Um,
Toast-Moling.
yeah, Thosmaling. I'm probably not saying it
Tenzin.
correctly. And so it's in the area of
It's down the hill.
yeah, it's
You
way
know,
down the
yeah.
hill. It's
Hey.
past the Dharamsala market. So it's like a 30-minute ride. So I ended up giving notice. I told my parents, they live in Brooklyn. I'm an only child. They didn't take it so well that I was going to
Tough.
quit my
Right.
job and move. So
No,
so
but
I moved close to them for the last 3 months before I left.
I see.
So I could be with them more, so they could get sick of me, and then I could leave with a less guilty conscience.
I see.
But we're in touch. I call them every day, and so anyway, so I went to Thosmaling to study. But I had gone to Mongood before that for Tsong-kha-pa's Paranirvana.
Really?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
That
that
was a big,
earlier.
yeah, please,
Yeah,
because Nikki was there at the time. Did you meet
yeah.
Nikki?
No, but I did see
Yeah.
Rinpoche, and
Yes.
so I was
That was in
very
19, right?
it was so fun.
The end of 19.
Yeah, the end of 19.
Yeah, before COVID exploded. Right.
I
It
should
was
have
in
brought
like
that.
November of 19 or
Yeah,
December of
Yeah,
19. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, that's a big deal.
yeah. No, it was. Yeah, and I got to see him.
Auspicious, man.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he was really good, and he was sitting in a chair, and I nearly collapsed when I saw him because, well, he was I never stopped thinking about Rinpoche, even during my samsara and hedge
That's
fund
that's his
days.
power.
Yeah, yeah. So
If
I
you have
never.
an inclination, it's going to be there.
Yeah, no. So even during the worst moments, I always remembered him fondly and always thought of him, which I think helped bring me back to the Dharma.
Mm.
And so I met my current teacher, Geshe Lakdor, in Mongood and so I went through Namgyal Monastery up in Ithaca. Um,
Oh, you went there
yeah.
too. Mm.
Oh, well, I had gone to some other places, but I also have studied with Geshe Tashi Stirring, who is now the Rinpoche at Saramay, because DNKL is a
It's Sarah,
Saramay
affiliate. Yeah,
affiliate.
Sarah
So,
May.
yes, yeah.
Oh, like Howell, New Jersey. Yeah.
Yeah. There's quite a few. And then, yeah, Howell, New Jersey. And also there's a place, another place in Connecticut, too, the Chenrezig Center, who
Oh.
had another abbot of Saramay. So there's a lot of people. Well, anyway, so I met Geshe Lakdorla there, and so he told me about the library, the
Wonderful place.
Library of Tibetan Works and Archives, and how they have classes there. So that inspired me to further my studies. So when I ended up going to Thosamling and going to school where I go now in Dharamsala
At the library?
at the library. So I take philosophy classes. And so I was staying at Thosamling, but it was too difficult with the commute. So I moved closer.
You got to walk up the hill or get a cab or whatever.
Yeah,
no matter what the
it's
weather.
like, yeah, and the problem is like the monsoon,
Right.
and like just every day, the time, and the pressure, in terms of the time pressure, it's after
Time
commute.
pressure in India.
Yeah, I know that's pretty good. It's like,
Hedge funds you can handle.
I know.
Time pressure in India. I know what you mean. 'Cause Nikki
But
talks
just
about it all the
the
time.
amount
Yeah.
of time that I spent in a car. So I moved. I found a nice apartment. I was very lucky. I lived behind Nichang, the state oracle of Tibet.
Yeah.
He has a
The Nechung
monastery.
Oracle. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he has a monastery, and I can, um, he like I'm on the ground floor, so he's right there, so he can see my laundry. Which,
Excellent.
so
I
I
mean, he
make
lives
sure
for
that my
that.
laundry's
Yeah.
very nice
I
and
know.
clean. But it's nice to be there because I can hear their monks all the time.
Really?
Yeah, chanting in the morning. It's a very nice way to wake up. Besides the dogs, so they're louder than the dogs.
The dogs are even on the audios from the library.
Yeah. No, so so that's where I am now. So I'm very happy there. And sorry, I blew through that very quickly.
You didn't blow through it quickly. Don't
Okay,
worry.
good.
We'll annoy you.
Okay.
You know me.
Okay.
You even studied comedy for a while, right? I
Yeah.
remember you
Oh,
saying.
yeah. You have a very good memory.
For that I do.
Yeah.
Where my keys
Yeah,
are, I can't tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, so I went to, I forget the name of it, but I did some comedy classes. Being English, I tend to be a little, I'm trying to get away from my usual sarcasm.
No, please bring it up.
Okay.
Rinpoche is very sarcastic when he had to be. It's a sense, it's a humor. It
Yeah,
wakens up.
yeah,
It's
no,
it's
it's
another
true.
tool. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Shut up. No.
And so Geshe Lakdor asked me to write a book. So I've started to do that also, and I was just working on a section about sense of humor and
Oh, I can't wait.
in terms of that kind of sarcasm and English people being very embarrassed quite often. But I was saying because of that, you wouldn't have Monty Python or anything like that, or Mr.
Benny
Bean,
Hill.
or Mr. Bean. It's all like driven on
My
the fact
level
that
is Benny
English
Hill.
people get so embarrassed. So yeah,
And the sitcoms, I
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Simon's a big.
Yeah.
Did you meet Simon in India?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Simon Houghton.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah,
big fan
yeah,
of British
yeah,
sitcoms.
Yeah.
Are you being served? And
Yeah.
I didn't. You were born in England.
Yeah.
You're still a British citizen.
Yeah, I have two passports.
Oh, you have. Oh, so you're American also.
Yeah.
Oh,
I lived in Canada for a long time also.
Hey.
So yeah, exactly. In Victoria and then in Toronto. My father's a composer, and so he was a professor, universities, and we would stay in like places for a couple years.
Rotate academically.
Well, because a lot of people, when they go on sabbatical, they look for a teacher during that time. So we would, so we were, we lived in England when I was very young, and then we moved to Vancouver Island.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
That's
really
supposedly
pretty.
paradise,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, you could see the Rockies from the window. Um, and so, and then Toronto, and then Oregon for high school. And then first I went to Brooklyn Polytechnic for undergraduate, and then I transferred to Barnard, part of Columbia, for my master's. I mean, to finish my
Undergrad, yeah.
bachelor's, yeah, in mathematics.
Barnard at that time was the female version of Columbia. Now they're
Yeah,
one, right?
yeah.
There's like
So
no Radcliffe and Harvard anymore.
But
Yeah.
all the classes were at
The
Columbia
same,
because they only Columbia had a math department. But they gave me they paid for my education, so that was good.
You must be smart.
Well, no.
Well, you found your way here. So
Yeah, I
you're very
found my
smart.
way here. So, yeah, I was able to conquer New Jersey Transit. So
Ooh,
I know.
I'm impressed.
Yes.
Yamataka has a hard time at that.
So, and then I went to graduate school at Courant Institute at NYU and studied more math.
It figures.
So, yeah, so so that was good. Sorry, I lost my train of
No,
thought.
because my sarcasm started.
No, no, no.
No,
Yeah, so that was good. So I'm happy at the. I'm in looking. We had a very good class this year. We were studying Chandrakirti's middle way, and also
entering.
yeah, it was really good. And
Who taught it? Lockdoor?
no, he has two geshes under him
Oh.
teaching, and they're both very good. We also studied the Bodhisattva way of life, which you just can't get enough of.
No, you
really.
cannot. It's sitting here
It's
all
like-
the time.
It's like the
Yes,
go-to book
you can't.
for everything.
That's right.
Yeah.
And whatever you're
Yeah.
studying in Lamram, you could always find the appropriate
Yeah.
4 lines in
Yeah.
Shantideva to embellish it, enhance it. Yeah.
And then I mentioned to Geshe Lakdor that I wanted to become a nun, and I was so surprised.
I was going to ask you what
Yeah.
mindset
Yeah.
turned you to
Well,
being a nun.
I had
It's a big deal.
I had
Hedge fund,
yeah,
none.
yeah.
Comedy club, none. East Village, you did your time in the East Village too?
Yeah,
East Village Finishing School, yeah.
I was also I tried to be a public school, or I was a public school teacher. I taught math at the then bad Lower East Side, and I had like blonde hair, and at the time Madonna was still really good. So it was so funny. The kids they were so sweet, but it was a difficult neighborhood. A lot of
Oh,
them
it was tough
didn't
at that
eat,
time, yes.
didn't eat dinner. I
Yes.
mean, they were like a lot of poverty.
Yeah.
And so there was one teacher there that they used to nickname Rat Face, which I was like, oh, thank goodness I'm not called Rat Face. So they nicknamed me Madonna. So that was really
That was
good.
good.
Yeah.
You gotta wait clean. The kids run the school in those places, you know that.
Well, plus these were 13-year-olds. It's like, oh, yeah.
boy, the
But
hormones.
yeah, but it's nice that, I mean, these kids, some of them were too poor to eat dinner, but they still like played spin the bottle and did like cute little things. So, I mean, a nice version of spin the bottle.
Yeah.
So it was nice that they could still be kids, even though.
Well, we Siders used to call them.
Yeah, no, they're wonderful. I once later saw one who became a traffic policeman, and I was so happy I cried, because it's like, to get out of that kind of environment and be able to just make it
Yeah.
out alive in
That's
some
a steady
cases.
job,
No,
but,
it's
yeah.
really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was good. So that was that education. Oh yeah, so I was back to asking Geshe Lakdor if I could become a
Right.
nun. And he surprisingly said, yes, you should, which I wasn't expecting him to say yes right away. But he said he couldn't do it. And he said, you should, ask someone else, obviously. And so
To ordain you, in other
yes,
words.
yeah. And I had met Jada Rinpoche in Queens earlier that year. And he is an abbot, or was an abbot at Namgyal in,
No.
yeah.
Yeah, Nikki knows him.
Yeah.
He's very happy to hear that he ordained you.
Yeah, so he's very good, and I had met him, and so I asked him, and it's like he was a little hesitant because it was the first time, like we had met briefly, and so and he's very busy. Like he's usually in Mongolia teaching, and
He's
not.
Mongolian?
No, but
Okay, he
he
goes
like
there.
they ask him there
Yeah.
a lot, so he travels a lot in that area. So he's usually never around. So he's very busy. So he it looked like he wasn't going to do it because he didn't really know me or whatever. And then he's like, well, why should I blah blah blah. So I finally dropped Tsong-kha-pa Rinpoche's name,
Ooh,
and
good.
that was it. He's like, okay.
Okay.
I even mentioned that I had
Showed
a.
you. He
I,
showed your cards. All right. You have to sometimes.
I even mentioned my little mental break leaving the Buddhism and and knowing Rinpoche, and he was like, fine, 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 yes, yes,
That's
yes, yes, yes.
honest. That's
No,
very
no, no,
good. It's
no, it was good.
honest,
Yeah,
which
it was
is a
good.
big deal. Instead
No,
of
it's good.
faking that you're always in control.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
No.
So it's so he agreed right away after hearing Rinpoche's name, and so there was no questions asked after that. So that was very good. Yeah, I know. Um, and it was really funny. He told me that he'd do it as soon as he could, and that his attendant would call. And so I was meditating Geshe Laktor. I had asked Geshe Laktor how to strengthen my bodhicitta, and he said that I should meditate on subtle interdependence. And so I was trying to, well,
Subtle level of interdependence,
yeah, well, because it leading you to the emptiness, and then from out
which
of
is ultimate
emptiness,
bodhicitta.
from then, this was also, he also mentioned coarse bodhicitta could come from a better understanding of emptiness.
Oh,
I know.
wow.
Yeah. So
Could you have notes on this or something? 'Cause this is a big thing.
no. I'll definitely bring notes, but
Yeah,
it's,
I want to hear it.
no, but
Already getting
I,
kitschy. Good,
probably
Anila.
haven't quite gotten to the answer yet. So, but no,
You have 10
but I
minutes.
will, because I meet with Geshe with Geshe Laktor like once a month for private talks and stuff.
And then the rest of the time you attend class.
Yeah. So anyway, so I was meditating or thinking that I should try and understand interdependence and bodhicitta, and I thought I came to something really good, and so I got so excited and so moved by the experience that I cried while I was at home. And the attendant
Should've
called
called.
right then, and I was
Really?
like, yeah, I was like,
So you
after
went deep.
that's what I thought. So I was like, oh, that's really good. Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah.
yeah, yeah. You
And
went
so,
deep.
of course, no, I didn't. That was the thing. Of course, I didn't. But at least I tried.
Well,
So,
your
I mean,
emotions came up.
no,
You
no,
didn't plan
no.
to have them. So
Yeah,
something like that
no.
indicates
No, so it was good.
a
But
sincerity, I would
no,
think.
there,
But
yeah,
what
oh,
do
yeah,
I know?
yeah, by all means. But
Yeah.
I started to get a little puffed up because I was like, oh, maybe I got it. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So then, so they
Oh.
told me the day. And then he said he'd call back for the time, for the hour. So the next day I was on the toilet and he called again to tell me the time. So it kind of brought me back to earth. Like,
No, that'll.
I know. That once when I thought I had it, which I didn't,
Yeah, but that happens
but
all. Yeah.
I was so, I was doing a meditation with an old colleague, trying to have some, how you supposed to think about someone who's um, below you at your,
Right.
the stranger, enemy, and a friend.
Right.
So
Then,
this
yeah.
person was in between a friend and a stranger, and so I was so moved that I cried. But anyway, so I thought it was very good that he kind of in his way showed me to not have any pride. So that was good. And just
No,
because
this is good. This is good practice. This is very good.
yeah, very good. Yeah. So and one of the wonderful things he said to me, so I was by myself I should have brought that picture too. I actually have it, but
There's plenty of time.
yeah. So
This is your home.
Yeah, so
Do with
I'll
it what
show
you
you
want,
guys
you know.
later. But so he found a small room. I mean, not room, but it was like a small gampa in the area. And so I was the only one there. I mean, besides the monks, because you have to have at least 3 monks, and there ended up being 5. But and he
Or like a witness in a
yeah,
sangha.
yeah, and they throw rice at the end,
Oh,
and it was
really?
really nice too that they actually
It's
the
like a
one
wedding. They throw, right?
yeah, my parents liked that idea, because they at first the when I first met with him, he said your parents have to agree to this, and yeah,
Because that would be an impediment? Is that the reason?
yeah, you can't
Because you're an
become,
adult.
you can't be, it doesn't matter. You could be
That's
nine,
interesting.
you could be, my age, which I won't tell you,
You don't
but
have to tell us.
um
No, we already know. The
but
nature oracle told us.
so so um so I thought that was very nice. I was a little nervous. My parents at first didn't say yes, so I wasn't going to do
Really?
it. Yeah, they weren't. Well, because they were like, "Oh, well, you should wait," and blah blah blah. So I was like, "Well, that's not a yes." So I couldn't push them because you don't want to start off on the wrong foot. So I called them every day, and by the next day they were like fine,
Well, they probably
it
talked
was
it
just
over.
they were just shocked,
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
because it's shocking. I'm an
Yeah.
only child. They were expecting a wedding or yeah, I mean what have you, and so they were very nice. They understood I was happy, and this is something I had wanted to do. So they agreed. So that was very good. But during my ceremony, Jado Rinpoche mentioned that now your hair has changed and your clothes have changed and your name has changed. Now you have to change. So I thought that was very
That's coming
good.
to the point.
Yes, that was good. Or at least you should try. So I've been trying. So it's very good. So he's very inspiring. He recently did an empowerment in Bodh Gaya. So yeah, but he travels quite a bit. But yeah, so that's how I became a nun, and he gave me the name of Tenzin Karuna because
Which is unusual.
well, Tenzin because His Holiness had ordained him, and Jada Rinpoche's first name is Tenzin, and then Karuna was unusual because I didn't know this at the time, but usually the names are Karuna is Sanskrit, and
Yeah.
usually the names are Tibetan. So it was um, unusual, but at first I was like, Corona, you can't help but think of COVID. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I like that name. I mean, obviously, I
Have
didn't
no
say
choice.
that. I know. But then I thought about it. It's like, oh, Karuna is, in terms of the meaning in Sanskrit, it's very nice. So I'm trying to live up to that. So that's why I'm still calling myself Jackie because I'm not quite.
Whatever you want us to call you, we'll call you.
Yeah.
And a lot of things you don't want us to call you, we'll call you. That's this place. So now you're a nun.
Yeah, so
I
now
think so, yes.
yeah, thank
So
you.
what are the benefits of ordination? Do you have a whole bunch of rules to follow, et cetera?
Not so many being a nun. If I was a monk, I'd have a lot more rules.
Oh.
So that's good in terms of um, uh, well, what I don't know what all the monks' rules are, but we have fewer rules, which is fine. Being a Westerner, because I wasn't quite ready to commit myself to living in a nunnery. I kind of, like these sort of things that gives you a bit more freedom. So I feel less tied down, which is a nice thing. I do still eat dinner, but Jada Rinpoche said as long as you ask permission that you can do that. So
Who's giving you the permission? I want to meet this person.
well, yeah, no, but in terms of you kind of
Yeah, yeah,
pretend,
I know. Yeah, yeah, I
pretend to
understand,
ask
I
the
understand.
Buddhas to eat.
Yeah.
Probably sometimes
No,
I
no,
forget.
Rinpoche, and
Yeah.
then Nick Rinpoche wasn't a monk, after all, but Nikki will, when it's necessary, eats and
Yeah,
eats dinner.
no, it's good.
He has no choice. He runs full speed all the time. You too.
Yeah, well, and also being in India, your food habits, the food there and everything, and the water, and so it's hard to. You kind of need to eat just whatever. So that's
I
one
understand, yeah.
thing. And you get to be called Anila, which is really cute.
Anila?
Yeah, that's the name. that the Tibetans call you. It's kind of like a generic name for nun,
Yeah.
which I have to admit I miss. I'm just here visiting my parents and everything.
And no one calls you Anila?
No one calls me Anila.
Tenzin just did tonight. Anila, how are you? So we'll call you Anila.
Yeah, thank you. But Jackie's good also. So it's nice to be back. And I hadn't been to this center. I've been watching Tony on YouTube for quite some time and getting all excited about hitting this chapter because the wisdom chapter. So
It's going to take a year.
So I was very excited to come, and I was excited when he started. So it was very good.
So calm down.
Yes.
You're in it now. And what I do is because I just read, I present, and I'm not a teacher, but I try to bring in different viewpoints, including other schools, and also in the beginning of the class, sometimes we have general Buddhism, like patience or something like that, because some people are new, and you can't start in with the hardcore philosophy. But what the hell are they talking about? Emptiness. What do you mean? So things like that. What do you see as possible obstacles towards your path right now, without being too deep?
Oh, obstacles?
Yes.
Oh,
Since you're a nun, I mean, if you were a Westerner, you could do this or that. But are there any negativities that you perceive? I'm sure there aren't in reality, but you perceive things that are the minus side. Not at all.
for being a nun?
Possible? Yeah.
No.
No.
No, so far not. I had to explain to the person I got the Airbnb from that I was a nun, because a lot of Westerners think you look kind of funny and stuff. So I had to.
Oh, the Airbnb here.
Yeah, so I had to assure him that I
Really?
wasn't going to be loud.
In Brooklyn, they think you look funny.
I know.
It's come to that.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, no, none at all. I guess I'll have to get back to you on that. I haven't been a nun
No, just
that
asking.
long. I was ordained on July 4th as a coincidence. So, yay, independence. So I know.
But we have the real
Yeah,
independence.
yeah, see?
But we're all
Yeah,
dependent.
yeah,
Wait a
yeah,
minute.
yeah,
This is confusing.
Yeah. No, so I think so far it's only been a plus. I think Geshe Lakdor also wanted me to write when he asked me to write a book, it's about becoming a nun and how
I see.
Buddhism has helped me. So, but I don't see it having any negative effects at all. Yeah, so. And it was a lot less stress packing, let me tell you. When I came
Yeah, you
here.
used to be sometimes in East Village attire and sometimes in corporate, well-dressed corporate. You seem to be like
Yeah.
two personalities
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, so it was very hard to pack because you're like, oh, this goes with that and da 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 da. And then now I just don't have much choice, which is really good and saved a lot of time and stress. This time when I came to visit New York, I was like, why aren't I that stressed out? And it's like, oh, because the packing went so smoothly. So that was one thing.
You don't have to worry about how to wear your hair, what color.
Well, and also it's who I am.
Exactly.
No. In terms of I'm always thinking about the Dharma. Even I try and always, even when brushing my teeth. So I'm there 100. Well, maybe
Good advice.
90%.
No, even in daily life,
Yeah,
every
no,
little thing, always
everything I do is
backlit by the Dharma.
Yeah, I mean, just the walk here from the train station, I was trying to think about the emptiness of the steps that I was taking and the different light, and trying to generate compassion for the woman, the ticket, the conductor on the train who took my ticket, and the train was late, and I was trying to think of all these ways to overcome. Well, because you get late, and then you get frustrated, and you get mad at the driver, and everything. You can everything can build up, and so all these things you point out that allowed me to see who is getting mad. And so I'm trying to use that in terms of emptiness of self. So I was thinking about that on the train. So everything I do is Dharma, or everything I try and have everything I do is Dharma. Obviously, when you're when you're asleep, I can't.
Well,
I can't do Dharma when I sleep.
What do you do before you go to sleep? Do you do the reviewing the day and
Oh, the black and white pebbles of the Kadampa masters.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. Well, you don't
Yeah.
have to.
No. But
They
that
sell them now at
idea.
Home Depot.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. The idea of tallying up your white
Yeah.
and positive. Yeah. No, I do that every night. I also say during COVID, His Holiness mentioned that he says a prayer by Nagarjuna from the garland.
The
Um,
Precious Garland. Oh,
yeah,
yes,
so
yes.
he says a prayer. So I say that
It's
three
about
times a
15
day.
verses. Rinpoche used to
Yeah,
recommend that,
yeah.
yes.
So I say that 3 times a day, and I say that's the last thing I do before I go to bed.
Wow.
Is say that, and I do prayers, 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening. Um, I really like I know you shouldn't, but I enjoy following all the vows, and I try and keep those, especially the ones of never losing love for anyone, which I think is probably I know that's a really good one, and also never following thoughts of anger or thoughts of desire.
Never following thoughts of anger?
Yeah.
Because you're going to have them.
Yeah.
That's what you do with them that
Yeah.
counts. I see.
Yeah. Well, because at some point they are going to come up, but if you can stop them and not go forward, and like me on the train, I tried to stop it. Oh, the train's late, and just stop there instead of like the discursive thoughts after that.
Yeah.
It's like you go on and
then
on
the blood
and
pressure
on.
goes up and
Yeah,
everything
and
else.
you can
Yeah.
blame people, and
Oh, you could always
yeah,
blame people. That's
yeah,
the easiest
it's
thing.
like
I'm good at that.
so if you can stop yourself before that, I think it's extremely beneficial. And also like the um, uh, impermanence I think about quite a bit, and
Yes.
trying to think about subtle impermanence, and like if I've had a bad moment, then I think, well, you can start over the next moment. It's like, so why like dwell in this bad moment when you can just like let it go and be in the next moment and make it positive, so it kind of feeds on itself.
So subtle impermanence, moment by moment.
Yeah.
Not just the general,
Yeah.
this house is now all the things that,
Yeah. So it's kind of combined with emptiness, because
Yes, it's a lead into emptiness.
Yeah.
It's a big point.
Yeah.
Which is easy to get our heads around, whereas emptiness is hard.
Yeah, no, but impermanence, because like if everything was solid, you wouldn't be able to change it.
That's right.
And it would just continue forever.
Exactly.
And so out of impermanence, out of emptiness, there is impermanence, and we can then use that to our benefit. So all of these things, I started to read the Wheel of Sharp Weapons, which I think
Wonderful
was very
text,
good.
yeah.
And that's like, you try and use everything for the Dharma. So like if something bad comes, you try and think, oh, either I'm using up my karma, or I'm gonna
Yes, this
like,
is the
put it
bad
on
karma. I'm
path.
burning
Yeah.
out the bad
Yeah,
karma.
Yeah.
If you can bring that thought up,
Yeah.
it's very helpful. Usually I forget about that. And
No,
it's
it's good though,
but-
right?
Yeah, Wheel of Sharp Weapon is like a mind training text.
Oh, lovely
And it's
book.
connected with Yamantaka
Yeah.
sometimes. But
No, it's wonderful, and it's like everything you do, you can.
Shay taught that more than
Did
once.
he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, I actually listened
might
to a
have been on one.
recording. No, it's on your site.
We will have all of his teachings, as much as was recorded, on our site as we go. We got a grant for that now. We're slowly digitizing all
Oh,
these
that's
old
great.
cassettes. So
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt.
No. That was very. He's an excellent teacher.
So he
Yes,
keeps teaching.
Yeah.
You anticipated what I was going to say tonight. You said this subtle. How can things change? How can you have emptiness unless things are changing all the time? Things are being acted on and changing. If things were inherently existing, there'd be no change.
Yeah.
Because one of
Yes.
the lessons Geshe Sopa is we have to think about, suppose there was inherent existence, what would happen then? And you work from there. So,
Yeah.
because these are terms that the average person running around the world doesn't know, inherent this and that, especially using the special. You really worked hard in these few years. I remember you always as cheerful. You never had a long face. I know maybe on the side you were burning, but you were always snappy and
Yeah, no, I was
sharp
very,
and cracking a joke. It's good.
No, it's good.
And you were exposed to a lot of hardship in the Lower East Side, especially.
Yeah, no,
Isn't it?
it all worked out in the end. So it's nice that, because even when you look back, it's so weird. Geshe Lakdra mentions, when you look back, it does seem like a dream, because it's like, so that helps you too, with the emptiness and thinking that, everything is like a dream. So it's.
You had a selection of very good teachers, I see, and they really,
Yeah.
and you worked with them. It's obvious. You
Yeah,
didn't
no,
show
it's
up and say,
good.
I
Oh, no,
know.
no, no, that's
You
why,
opened up to
yeah.
them.
Yeah, no, I'm always with Geshe Dr. Lau. I met him after Mongood. I was online with him, and so I was the irritating student who always asked questions every
That's
time.
not irritating.
Yeah, no,
That's
but I
good.
mean, so
A
I really,
sincere
yeah,
question, not a
no, no.
question to try to show off
Oh,
to the
yeah,
class what
yeah,
you
yeah.
know about
Yeah,
Chandra
yeah,
Kirti.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, so I even asked him once if I feel bad for not going to, nuns are supposed to go to Sojong every other week,
recite the confession ceremony.
a
So, John,
confession, but I don't go if I'm going to miss class. So, and I asked Geshe Lakdor if that was okay. And he said that because he, I believe he's, well, I don't want to say omniscient, but anyway, so he's like, because you're full on in the Dharma, it's okay if you don't go. It's more for other people who need to confess and aren't always thinking about the Dharma. So I took that as he doesn't give compliments very
no,
often.
no, he's a
And
great.
so
He's great. You could look at him on YouTube,
yeah,
Lockdoor,
yeah,
Lockdoor. Look at him
yeah,
up. Wonderful sense of humor,
yeah,
and he's very erudite. He's not afraid to bring in something Einstein wrote us or something scientific to embellish the Dharma and show the connection. Wonderful. We're running out of
yeah,
time.
yeah.
First of all, welcome home.
Thank you.
Consider this
Thanks
place
for having me.
your
Sorry to
home.
bore you guys.
Very boring. A lot of people, they all fell asleep. Look at them all. I don't hear a word. Stop it. It's me. Anyway, um, we'll have more of Jackie in the future, I hope.
Okay.
Please stay healthy. Stay
Thank you.
You're always ready to talk. If
Thank
you
you.
have a talk you want to try out, show up and you're
Okay.
gonna you give the talk. Let me see for whom we will pray. I know somebody probably mentioned Jeff Bank. You can stay here. It's your home. Venerable Tenzing, you got to thank you.
Oh,
Aradhana, yes, you should speak to her. She's in your, well, anyway, too much. Whoever we're praying for, we're praying for. I don't want to waste the time, the prayer time on looking up everybody's thing. You want to say the prayers along, or you want to just hum along with the tune and tap your feet, or because I say it fast because
oh
we're in
yeah,
the
no,
time.
no,
All right.
you go.
All right, but in the
Yeah.
future,
Yeah.
you're going to bless us with your presence
Oh,
more.
of course. Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah.
I prostrate to the omniscient one, thus the Buddha, Bhagavad Tathagata Arhat, Samyak Sang Buddha, the learned and virtuous one, the Sugata, the knower of the world, the charioteer and tamer of beings, the unsurpassable one, the teacher of devas and humans, is the Buddha Bhagavat. The Tathagata is in accord with all merit. He does not waste the roots of virtue. He is completely ornamented with all patience. He is the basis of the treasures of merit. He is adorned with the minor marks. He blossoms with the flowers of the major marks. His activity is timely and appropriate. Seeing him, he is without disharmony. He brings true joy to those who long with faith. His knowledge cannot be overpowered. His strength cannot be challenged. He is the teacher of all sentient beings, the father of bodhisattvas. He is the king of noble ones. He is the guide of those who journey to the city of nirvana. He possesses immeasurable wisdom. He possesses inconceivable confidence. His speech is completely pure. His melody is pleasing whenever I have enough of seeing him. His form is incomparable. He is not stained by the realm of desire. He's not stained by the realm of form. He's not affected by the formless realm. He is completely liberated from suffering. He is completely and utterly liberated from the skandhas. He is not possessed with dhatus. His ayatanas are controlled. He has completely cut the knots. He is completely liberated from extreme torment. He is liberated from craving. He has crossed over the river. He is perfected in all the wisdoms. He abides in the wisdom of the Buddha Bhagavats who arise in the past, present, and future. He does not abide in nirvana. He abides in the ultimate perfection. He dwells on the bhumi where he sees all sentient beings. All these are the perfect virtues of the greatness of the Buddha Bhagavat. The Holy Dharma is good at the beginning, good in the middle, good at the end. Its meaning is excellent. Its words are excellent. It is uncorrupted. It is completely perfect and completely pure. It completely purifies. The Bhagavad teaches the Dharma well. It brings complete vision. It is free from sickness. It is always timely. It directs one further. Seeing it fulfills one's purpose. It brings discriminating insight for the wise. The Dharma which is taught by the Bhagavad is revealed properly in the Vinaya. It is renunciation. It causes one to arrive at perfect enlightenment. It is without contradiction. It is pithy. It is trustworthy and puts an end to the journey. As for the Sangha of the Great Yana, they enter completely. They enter insightfully. They enter straightforwardly. They enter harmoniously. They are worthy of veneration with joined palms. They are worthy of receiving prostration. They are a field of glorious merit. They are completely capable of receiving all gifts. They are an object of generosity. They are a great object of complete generosity. The protector who possesses great kindness, the omniscient teacher, the basis of oceans of merit and virtue, I prostrate to the Tathagata. Pure, the cause of freedom from passion, virtuous, liberating from the lower realms. This alone is the supreme, ultimate truth. I prostrate to the Dharma, which is peace. Having been liberated, they show the path to liberation. They are fully dedicated to the disciplines. They are a holy field of merit and possess virtue. I prostrate to the Sangha. I prostrate to the Buddha, the leader. I prostrate to the Dharma, the protector. I prostrate to the Sangha, the community. I prostrate respectfully and always to these three. The Buddha's virtues are inconceivable. The Dharma's virtues are inconceivable. The Sangha's virtues are inconceivable. Having faith in these inconceivables, therefore the fruitions are inconceivable. May they be born in a completely pure realm. We will do the prayer for the spreading of Tsong-kha-pa's teachings, and then Venerable Karuna will take us out with 8 verses. You're going to be the first prayer to put that song on. It's easy, the first 8 verses. And I know you cheated and looked at the paper, but you know, that's what I expected of you. Anyway, as a cause, with a quick return to Radha Chungla Rinpoche's Holiness recommends, we say this prayer. Of course, it's on the Tibet Center website, where everything good is. Though he's the father, producer of all conquerors, as a conqueror's son, he produced the thought of upholding the conqueror's dharma in infinite worlds through this truth. May the conqueror Lozang's teachings flourish. When of yore, in the presence of Buddha Indraketu, he made his vow, the conqueror and his offspring praised his powerful courage. Through this truth, may the conqueror Lozang's teachings flourish. That the lineage of pure view and conduct might spread, he offered a white crystal rosary to the sage, who gave him a white conch shell, and prophesied. Through this truth, may the conqueror Lozang's teachings flourish. In a previous life, he gave something to the Buddha of the time. That's a story. We'll maybe bring it out next time. His pure view, free of eternity or destruction, his pure meditation, cleansed of dark fading and fog, his pure conduct, practiced according to the conqueror's orders. May the conqueror Lozang's teachings flourish. Learned, since he extensively sought out learning, reverent, rightly applying it to himself, good, dedicating all for beings and the doctrine. May the conqueror Lozang's teachings flourish. Though through being sure that all scriptures, definitive and interpretive, were without contradiction, advice for one person's practice, he stopped all misconduct. May the conqueror Lozang's teachings flourish. Listening to the explanation of the 3 Pitakas, realized teachings, practice of the 3 trainings, his skilled and accomplished life story is amazing. May the conqueror Lozang's teachings flourish. Outwardly calmed and subdued by the hearer's conduct, inwardly trusting in the 2 stages practice, he allied without clash the good paths of Sutra and Tantra. May the conqueror Lozang's teachings flourish. Combining voidness explained as the causal vehicle, with great bliss achieved by method, the effect vehicle, heart essence of 80,000 Dharma bundles. May the conqueror Lozang's teachings flourish. By the power of the ocean of oath-bound doctrine protectors, like the main guardians of the 3 beings past, the quick-acting Lord, that's never mind, Vaishravana Karmayama, that's Mahakala, quick-acting Lord. May the conqueror Lozang's teachings flourish. In short, by the lasting of glorious gurus' lives, by the earth being full of good, learned, reverent holders of the teaching, and by the increase of power of its patrons, may the conqueror Lozang's teachings flourish. Reverend Karuna will recite 8 verses in training the mind. A person who is ordained can say the same thing I'm saying or anybody else is saying. It has more effect on you because she's carrying vows. So, great respect. Please recite the prayer.
Thank you.
You know me, so you know where I come from. It's good that you laugh.
With determination to accomplish the highest welfare for all sentient beings who surpass even a wish-granting jewel, I will learn to hold them supremely dear. Whenever I associate with others, I will learn to think of myself as lowest among all, and respectfully hold others to be supreme from the very depths of my heart. In all actions, I will learn to search into my mind, and the moment a disturbing emotion arises, endangering myself and others, I will firmly face and avert it. I will learn to cherish ill-natured beings and those oppressed by strong misdeeds and sufferings, as if I had found a precious treasure difficult to find. When others out of jealousy treat me badly with abuse, slander, and so on, I will learn to take all loss and offer the victory to them. When the one who I have benefited with great hope unreasonably hurts me very badly, I will learn to view that person as an excellent spiritual guide. In short, I will learn to offer to everyone, without exception, all help and happiness, directly and indirectly, and respectfully take upon myself all harms and sufferings of my mothers. I will learn to keep all these practices undefiled by the stains of the 8 worldly concerns, by understanding all phenomena as like illusions, be released from from the bondage of attachment.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Tenzin
Thank
K.
you.
Jackie T.
Yeah.
Housekeeping, the next event at the Tibet Center will be this Saturday, the 14th? Okay. Yeah, the 14th at 1 o'clock, White Tara Sadhana. And after that, the next Dharma class will be the 16th, Monday night, I'm all right, at 7 o'clock. And we'll continue with the Insight chapter. Her being here is proves to me that Ratu Chungla is still operating.
Yeah.
It's the answer of at least a personal prayer of mine. You got to send somebody, man. Please. Yeah. I'm dying here, man. No, I don't doubt it. Not for a second. So we're very blessed, and she has studied with very, very good teachers, the best, and there will be more to come. And she has, Nikki, very happy to find out that she took ordination. Oh, Tony, yes. And the redhead, I say, yeah, sometimes blonde. Oh, yes. Because it's been a while since you've seen it. And it's been like 20 years since I've seen you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. But we go back, and she's now at the Tibet Center. And you'll rotate back to study in India and come back to take care of your parents a month or two at a time.
Yeah.
Consider this is your residence when you come back. If you wish to actually stay here or you have to live near them, fine. We don't care. But you have a home here.
Thank you.
And this is your, what do you want to call it, platform? Or
That's right.
your hooch, they say in the Army, where you operate from. This is your hooch. And,
No.
all right. Anyway, big love to all of you.
Thank you so much.
Take care,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
What'd you say?